friends, welcome back. This is episode 7. I'm Imperial Jedi, and I'm sure this place is very familiar, hopefully by now. This is Imperius Ravenna, and the city definitely taking charge. Really liking this. Our skyline's growing too. Nice to see all these high-density buildings. See the wind turbines in the background. See, they're kind of nice to have too. I wasn't lying about that. So let's just jump into it, guys. I added just a couple more bike lanes just here and there to make things a little bit more complete. Just to kind of carry over from last episode. I think I missed maybe a street or two. But for this episode, I was hoping to maybe kind of square off where we want to have our old town, some of our historic buildings, maybe the downtown itself, and then we can put in our central public transit hub as well. So it should be kind of a fun episode. And oh gosh, in an effort to make things symmetrical, we should probably use these two streets here. Got a lot of options, and we can make ourselves one kind of like really big, circular kind of end road right there. I'm not really sure how much further on we're going to go, but we can always build around the old part of town. Let's not worry about bike lanes on the main roads. I have a feeling that maybe we're going to use them for some tram tracks eventually. So I'm going to pause things because we're about to lose our power connection right here. And I just realized we haven't bought this tile up here yet. I'd love to be able to buy 2, but I don't know if we have that luxury. Oh, well, how about that? So we can buy this, and then we can buy this. And then the goal of getting this one is to push our industry a little bit further down here, and then we can use, maybe this side, since we don't have room over there, to put in a harbor eventually. Cool. Okay, so back to this. Just a regular old street. And we'll try and make this even in terms of how tall we go up. Cool. Yeah, okay, this will be a little bit tricky. But hopefully we can get it on... Oh, okay, never mind, this is not so bad. That's why it's helpful to line stuff up. I feel like we went over by 1 unit too many over here. Very close. That goes to that. It's like that still feels off to me for some reason. What is going on? That should be even though, right? Yeah, I think it is. I think I'm just kind of imagining things. Maybe there's a bit of a slope difference. There is. That's what's giving me the thoughts there. All right, we're good. Okay. So we could put our city hall, like courthouse, like that kind of stuff along that little stretch. So I'd like to get rid of the median. So why don't we use, say, that? Oh, there are 6-lane roads with bicycles. When did this happen? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to believe anymore in my life. Wow. I don't know if that's a new thing or not, or if that came originally with the game, but I totally forgot about that fact then. I remember in our industrial zone, we wanted to keep a 6-lane, but now we can do both. Cool. Oh, would you look at that? That's very awesome. I think by that same logic, I'm going to do this. And then even though we don't have, I was saying with the lanes here too, just get a faster speed limit on the 6-lane roads versus the 4-lane roads. Like your avenues or whatever. Okay. A bit of a sidetrack, but kind of a necessary one, I think. And a great discovery nonetheless too. Now, this doesn't need to be a bike lane. I just wanted to see that. I can't believe I missed that before. I don't know. I really feel like that's something that got recently added, but now I really don't know what to believe. Okay, so that's fine, more or less, for that shape up top. Let's bring in the bike lane roads now, speaking of which. Come through with that. Bike lane just on the one side, which is not a problem. Get that in. These are the one-way roads. We'll bring these in as well. And have them end up here. We're going to do something different than just the way this is. I think a roundabout would be kind of neat. Oh, you know what we can do is that really fun roundabout trick. Oh, okay. So we'll erase those roads after. Let's do bigger spacing. And let's get everything going in the proper direction just for simplicity. Perfecto. Okay, great. And then I'm gonna make a bridge out of this, so hopefully I don't forget. Just because of the double traffic right there, I don't want that. All right. Look at that, magnificent. Oh, I think that's so fantastic. I don't know why or how, but I love it. Okay. So we'll keep that like that. Up here, however, I'm going to press my luck, and I'm going to see if we can just put in one... No, I don't think we're able to. Oh! You know what we could do? I think... Yep. Now, isn't that nice? Oh, that's great. That's really great. It's a shame that these have to be such a crazy mismatched height from one another, but that's really not the end of the world. Yeah, that's really fun. So, in retrospect, we probably should have terraformed all of this first, and it's not like it's hard to recreate it, but I think we're just going to keep it, just in the name of, you know, time and all that. Now, I don't even think we have any buildings unlocked that we, per se, could really use over here. Maybe a few of these plazas, but let's put in some of these tall, taller things. And I do happen to have these buildings here, and these are from the Art Deco, that little DLC pack. Let's put a stadium over here, too. Stuff to think about. Oh, does this line up? Brandenburg Gate? It not kind of, sort of. It's like a half unit off, which is kind of weird. You can tell by the crosswalks. No, I wonder really quickly, what if we were to put like a separate road just like this and then line that up? Is that like cleaner, or yeah, that's much better, right? And then what if we get really sneaky and then upgrade the road after? Would that fix our... Oh yes, you are a good one. I like you. You're sticking around. Okay, that's cool. Yes, I like that too with the median. My thoughts though, it's kind of like inefficient to have both sets of lights like that. So this is going to become a one-way road. And then for the sake of how traffic just should flow, we're going to make, you know, it work with the directions that you would logically think you'd want to go. And then if you really need to, I will give you the option to do a U-turn around here. So this is two-way traffic, and you would just do your own, you know, your own thing right here. And then this can maybe go outward like that. Awesome. Okay, so we're leaving this open just for expansion for later. We're just trying to get some of the general shape down right now, just so we can kind of get a feel for the area. And then we're going to be putting in our central transit transportation hub type thing really close by. Let's maybe pick out a spot for that. That's really cool looking. Yeah, especially with the roundabout and the roundabout, they fit kind of nicely. Arguably, we should have one more down here, so I think that might end up happening. We'll go up another block, make the roundabout, have one-way streets maybe come into our little high-density network over there. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. All right, well, let's think here. So we're going downward like this with some high-density zoning and some offices and stuff. So it'd be kind of nice to have a big break and big open kind of space. Maybe we can even line our transit hub with some parks and stuff and trees. So we could do that. you know, around here, that's not a bad spot, right? We can extend our little one-way roads as well. Maybe keeping a little bit wider just in this spot, just to help out a little bit more with traffic and stuff. Or we've got this big pocket right here. But we're kind of far away from downtown. And we also have to think about how we want to bring some trains in. So I don't think we have any trains coming down this side. So we're totally dependent on running our rails through here. And we're going to have to make a break, I think, before our little highway connection. And we'll bring another train track up and along here. And if we're not really doing a proper junction and we're just feeding too many trains on only one line, you'll just get too backed up. So it'll be a lost venture. So we got to be really cautious about how we connect everything. But like we do have the train tracks right here, so that's convenient as well. So we can kind of hop skip over. So yeah, I think this is a better spot, just overall, just based on everything we talked about. And then we can link our two one-way roads kind of together. Maybe we can even curve them just to get a new shape in the city. Oh, I like the idea of that. Okay, well let's begin here, guys. All right, so we for sure going to do. Actually, we could probably do it in the roundabout. The city might not end right here. Or you know what we could do is build like a fun interchange just for like the absolute fun of it. Like, other than like, there's no other reason just other than just for fun. And so we could have a break. Let's go up and over first. Oh boy. Everything always just sounds so easy, and then you start doing it and you're like, oh my god, what are we doing here? But no, it's not so bad. We can get this going, right? Okay, give us a bit of space to come back down. Not really the smoothest way down, so let's try that part again. Let's go straight. Yeah, the longer the better here, that's fine by me. That's kind of cool. And honestly, this is really just for fun. There's no other reason. It's definitely much more efficient to do a roundabout and kind of like what we had before, but really it's just nice to mix things up. Otherwise every neighborhood ends up looking the same. We don't really want that. Either have to get closer or further away. Okay. Getting these to line up is always so tricky. So you can just do this, and then, oh, that's not what I wanted. So to ensure they're equal distance now apart, we do that. We do this. Nope. There we go. Okay. Now, was there 2 spots I wanted to do this in? It was that one as well as this one. Okay. Don't want to forget this kind of stuff. And I almost did. Good thing I remember now. Okay, that's one side. We do lose a few buildings, but we can always stretch some side streets through there again, which I think we'll do. Let's not forget about this part first. Nope. There we go. There we are. Very nice. This is honestly really cool. A little unnecessary and overboard, but still very cool. And it's like really the longer and the smoother the curves, the happier the traffic. Everybody flows faster. I don't really like that though. That I do like. And we're gonna have to buy the next tile over before I can kind of continue that, but Okay, for this side, a unit space and a 1, you say? So we have the option of doing a few things here. It's actually a little steep, that part of the bridge. I wonder if I can just get that a little bit lower. 1 second, guys, sorry. But yeah, for the other side, we can do a tunnel if we wanted to. And I think we're actually going to do that. I wonder if the steepness will change. Yeah, slightly. Still a little steep, but I think we're going to keep it. But yeah, so for this side, let's try doing a tunnel. See if that'll work. And then tunnels, just like the bridge segments, can be a maximum of 12 units for length. Oh, it would probably make sense to come out around the same spot, wouldn't it? Do that. But that should be a little bit lower. I don't even know if that's possible. Alright. I personally liked the curvature of the previous. I feel like that might be a little... Why don't we make that go a bit further down? Just so we have more of like that kind of effect happening. That seems kind of nicer. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're after, right? Cool. A little full-fledged interchange here. This is kind of fun. And you still don't really go too fast on it, but it's just kind of neat. You'll see cars and whatnot moving through it still. And we get some pedestrian ramps. And then now that we've made this a bit wider, something we can do, which is kind of fun, is we can run a slightly elevated bike lane through here. We're not going to zone on here, right? So we can just have like a bike little Autobahn system. That's kind of cool. And then we can have the same kind of idea. We can have like a little up and over circular thing, and then we can have a bike lane run down the middle of this. So that's stuff we can do later on when the city kind of grows and we want to connect some more neighborhoods together, and just I have a little bit of fun in that sense. All right. Okay, so this is basically a lot of prep work for our little downtown hub. All right, now let's actually build it now that we're ready for it. And then my thoughts are, we're gonna have a lot of buses and everything kind of use this. So this road here, it would make sense to me to have this upgraded to incorporate bus lanes. And then maybe we can have this as a road that has bus lanes as well. And that kind of, you know, tells that story or whatever. And then the bus lane can kind of break off this way. And we'll have to figure out still how the tram tracks are going to work. Holy smoke, so much to do here. Alright, so for starters, let's have our road with our buses come in, and we'll have it leave in a few spots. Okay. A little bit overkill in size, but you'll kind of see what I'm up to in a second. Alright, next, we have the option of having standalone tracks for our trams, which I think we might do a few of. But I've already spotted one area. Okay. So, bear with me here. Oh my goodness. You know what I just kind of thought would be really, really, really neat? Is if we upgrade all of these roads here to have the one-ways with tram tracks. And then we have like a little tram express Holy smokes, my mind has just been blown. We are for sure going to do that. Oh boy. Okay, so at the risk of running out of time, since we know that's the plan, let's do that last. Let's continue over here. Alright, so that means that if you're a tram, you're going to be coming in from over here. So we're going to need another roundabout. Oh, that's going to be so cool to see trams going through them. Oh man, this is so... Guys, I'm really happy about this. Can you tell? So this will be a tram street, and oh man, this is going to be so cool. So we're going to do that same thing again, where we broke the road into pieces. We're going to lift the bike lane over, which is no problem. Oh, a unit spacing of 3 in between. How interesting. I don't see why it wouldn't work, though. Okay, so let's back that up just the littlest amount. I mean, because I do think theoretically this should work for any size. So check it out, right? Oh yeah. Haha, perfect. Excellent. Also excellence. Yeah, it's really cool. And then let's just fix this bike lane, 'cause I'm probably gonna forget otherwise. Oh, maybe a little bit too tall. Yeah, that's probably better. Let's make that part smooth. Yep. And then, just for the sake of logic, our poor bicyclists, they don't really want to do a downhill and an uphill and a downhill and uphill. So let's make that a little bit smoother, so it's not as hard on their legs in the long run. There, that's better. Gotta think of our citizens here. Put ourselves into their you know, into their shoes sometimes. Okay, so 45-degree angle. Difficult to achieve that. Alright, so this is the 45. I want... Oh, do those actually line up if I do that properly? And I wanted two-way traffic with this one. There we are. Huh. Look at that. Because my intention was to go like this. And have these ones connect over here. And then since we're doing the one-way network, this would lead over to that. And this could be like... Oh, this would be so cool. Now we don't have to worry about being everywhere with tram tracks, and then we can almost see the trams as kind of like high-speed little like links between areas. So we're gonna have our spaces super spread out, and then near our little tram junctions, maybe we can have like a little offshoot or something. So trams drop off people, then a bus comes by, picks up people. Oh my goodness, this is getting awesome. All right, so over at the central hub. Road going through here, and we want a bus stop now in here. All right, and we could upgrade this, make it a wider road. I don't necessarily want to have something with a median, and I mean we could do a 6-lane road actually. Let's do that, because my thing is I don't like people parking in front of our bus station. So why don't we do this 6-laner like this? Put that in like that. And we're gonna have a couple streets through here just so, you know, people can turn around, pedestrians can kind of walk around and stuff. I'm gonna go 1 unit over, just so that we're not really crowding and elevating the concrete here too much. So I don't want the buses to look like they're floating or anything too crazy like that. Even the fact that this little bit here is elevated, I'm going to try and do our routes only on that side, and you'll kind of see why. And then for this, just to help traffic along, Let's actually make this only for trams and pedestrians. Yeah, that works for me. And then in through here, actually, will be a secondary way. Because you always want to have like 1 or 2 options for entry and exit. Otherwise, stuff just gets a little bit backed up. And you'll kind of see if you're experimenting on your own. Okay, so 2 options for our vehicles to come through. And you'll see what I'm up to in a second. Alright, cool. So just to give this area a little bit of fun and function, I'm going to have a couple spots where the trams can drop off people and pick up people and stuff. And I want to snap points. It's weird they won't give me one of these as a snapper. Why are my snap points not happening here? Oh, am I on upgrade? No, still. See over here I've got snaps? And then here I'm just kind of free floating. On these ones at least. It's only there do I get it. That's weird. Well, I don't know what to make of that, but I just thought I'd share that with you guys in case you're wondering what in the heck I'm doing. There we go. Okay, so that's a place for trams to come in, stop off here, you know, pick up people type thing. And then we're going to have a couple more bays up here. Let's make these. Oh, we can make this one 2-way. Oh, I know what we're going to do. Okay, so that's going to go like this. And then, I don't want this to be too... It's already a little bit crazy, so we're going to have this one come back up like that. There we go. And then through here, let's have just like 1 or 2 little points. Yeah, there we go. Oh, but you know what, though? If you're a tram and you've got like the long bum or whatever, you're not gonna be able to stop there. So let's just leave it like this. Gives us a chance to pick people up and drop people off. Maybe just one more. There we go. It's a little tight on junctions. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, so we'll make that. Well, we'll just be cautious about how we bring people around. So pedestrian crossings. Get people moving through here. Okay. So the goal of what we're trying to do is just have a space for buses to come in. They can come in many different ways. They have dedicated lanes, so they're going to be able to move through here quickly. We're going to bring in a train, so we're going to drop down a train station next. And it's just kind of like a central place for all of our different types of transit vehicles to meet. And because we're giving, you know, each type 2 ways in, 2 ways out type thing, it should be pretty smooth. Hopefully for transitions and that kind of stuff. So last thing we need is a train station. And we could make this a terminal endpoint, or we could have the train kind of do a little loop. And I'm thinking we're going to do a loop. I don't want the train to necessarily end down here. And, you know, in terms of space, it would make sense to probably put it up here or somewhere like this. And then we'd have to find a way to... this is why we leave a little bit of space in and around our highways. So we can always just run rails through there, right? So it'd be kind of interesting to maybe do that, have a rail line going through the middle instead of the bike lane of this. And then that means we would have our train station. Have that up here. Okay, so let's do something crazy and something fun here. So let's go like this. Let's go underneath the highway. How far are we from that? Try to make this look a little bit even. Right? Just so we have a way... No, that's not really even. Alright, well, whatever. That's a little bit better. A way underneath like that. We're going to have a street break off like this. And, oh, yes. I was going to say, it's a shame we can't make that work, but we can. So, like, emergency vehicles and that kind of stuff can still navigate through, and people can still use it as, like, you know, if they're pedestrians or whatever. Okay, so we go... Oh, gosh. You'll kind of see what I'm doing. Oh, we need to go a little bit further, probably. So I'm hoping to connect back up. We'll figure that out. I may only be able to get one stretch of road through like this. And then have that connect back up. Oh, would you look at that? That's a perfect fit. Haha, cool. A little bit steep, so, you know, in a perfect world, we'd go underneath the, So that means we're going to turn this now into a bridge. Okay. And guys, you know, just kind of keeping an eye on time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little two-part episode, and I'm going to end off part one right here, because we're kind of pushing it a little bit. And so we'll just kind of, yeah, take a little bit of a break here, just kind of, you know, keep a mental image of what we're after. And in the next episode, we're going to just basically pick right up where we're leaving off right now, and we'll continue along with our construction. But let's do a little bit of reflection on this, right? So again, same idea. I wish we had done a little bit of terraforming to begin with, but because we use a flatter area to start, it's not actually so bad. And I'm not going to have any trams make these extraordinarily tight turns. If we route our things properly, we'll just have like one stop in the middle, one stop here, one stop there type thing, or whatever. And then we got our train station close by, so cars come in, they do their loop, drop people off. We'll have some shops over here. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll put in some more of the side roads and that kind of stuff, and then we'll link up more of the external lines. Anyway, thanks guys. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. I will see you in the next episode. Definitely let me know your thoughts. We got our, you know, start of our historic downtown, our little transit hub. So it's coming together rather nicely. So I will see you guys shortly, and yeah, that is it. Thank you very much, guys.